morning, sir. My name is Muhammad Hafiz Aizat bin Nariman, and I am the leader of this group number 5. This is my teammate Remy, Ashraf, and Michael. Today we're gonna present a workshop. This is introduction. Welding is a fabrication process that joins materials, usually metal or thermoplastic, by using high heat to melt the parts together and allowing to cool. Causing fusion, welding is distinct from lower temperature metal joining techniques such as brazing and soldering, which do not melt the base metal. Now we move to the next slide.
The importance of welding. Welding is an essential component of many industries such as the automotive industry, the construction industry, the aviation industry, and more. Without this form of metalworks, so many things including many buildings, gates and fences, small kitchen appliances, vehicles, and even space travel would not exist.
What is meant by welding defect? Welding defect can be defined as weld surface irregularities, continuous imperfections, or inconsistencies that occur in weld part. In most cases, the defects occur as a result of improper weld design and unsuitable welding processes and choice of incompatible materials. Different welding defects: ideal wedge, cracks, porosity in undercut, slang inclusions, spatter, incomplete fusion, incomplete penetration, overlap. Causes of weld defect. Most defects encountered in welding are due to an improper welding procedure. Once the causes are determined, the operator can easily correct the problem. Defects usually encountered including incomplete penetration, incomplete fusion, undercutting, porosity, and longitudinal cracking. Type of welding defect: incorrect profile, crater, cracks, spatters, and surface porosity, complete field groove, distortion, blowholes, and internal porosity, cracks, inclusions, lack of fusion, complete fusions.
Surface porosity. Porosity is caused by the absorption of nitrogen, oxygen, and hydrogen in the molten wet pool, which is then released on solidification to become trapped in the wet metal. Nitrogen and oxygen absorption in the wet pool usually originated from pool gas shedding. So the prevention is: first, check your gas flow rate. Second, make sure you make sure your gas flow rate is not C too high. Number three is check for gas leak. Number four is keep an adequate contact tip to walk distance. Number five is avoid drafty conditions. Number six, clean the surface to be welded. And the last one is watch your travel angle.
Undercutting welding. Undercutting is when the weld reduces the cross-sectional thickness of the base metal. One reason for this defect is excessive current, causing the edge of the joint to melt and drain into the weld. This leaves a drain-like impression along the length of the weld. 2. Causes: poor skill in weaving during welding could lead to the increased welding speed, therefore cause undercutting. Very high weaving speed causes uneven distribution of heat, leading the inconsistent melting of the metal, resulting in undercuts. 3. Preventions. Control your arch length. Control weld angle. Reduce current. Slow down the travel speed. Reduce the wave height. Choose the correct welding position. Consider which electrode you are using. Allow the base metal to cool.
So we're going through to the next type, defect of welding, which is longitudinal cracking. The causes is caused by high shrinkage stresses, especially on the final passes, or by a hot cracking mechanism. Root cracks start at the root and extend partway into the weld. They are the common cause type of longitudinal crack because of the small size of the first weld build. Type of crack. This type of crack is common in weld that have a high degree of restraint. Longitudinal weld crack therefore in the same direction as the weld and are often confined to the center of the weld. This type of crack may be an extension of a crack that originally initiated at the end of weld. Lastly, the prevention. First, other steels with low residual phosphorus and sulfur, mass less than 0.05% if possible. Last, reduce heat input during welding, which lessen the time for segregation to occur. Okay, we'll go through to the last of defect welding.
Thank you, Remy. We move to the next slide. Incomplete fusion. Incomplete fusion welding defect. Incomplete fusion occurs with localized lack of fusion, either at the joint edge or at the face of the previously deposited strand. The correct discontinuity, you can increase the current, decrease the welding speed, change the joint geometry, or use some artifice to avoid magnetic bowing. Next, cause. Incomplete fusion is lack of penetration or fusion between the weld metal and the parent metal of the piece. Welds with incomplete fusion are weak and substandard welds at best. How to detect? The pure lack of fusion can be detected only by the visual inspection during welding. So the other type of lack of fusion may be detected by ultrasonic testing methods. The lack of fusion reaching the surface may be detected by the liquid penetrant or magnetic particle testing method. Sorry for my English. So we move to the next slide.
Way to prevent. First, prep and clean the base metal well. Third, avoid low temperature setting or prevent the whirlpool from cooling too fast. 3. Keep a proper touch speed. The welding and slack pull should not mix. Number 4. Maintain a proper touch angle. And the last one is clean slack from previous weld between passes.
Alright, in conclusion, industrial welding automation ensure higher productivity, quality, profitability, and finish. Welding processes have improved many sectors, and their advantages have made welding or fabrication a growing industry. So, before we end our presentation, I would like to give an advice before we start a welding. We must wear a safety kit, just like welding mask, glove, safety boot, and protective clothing, so that we can prevent from any danger. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.